only 3 days ago she had gel manicure and now it's falling apart. There's peeling, cracks on almost each nail, and it will inevitably turn into painful breaks if we would leave it like that. So why did it happen and how to fix that? I would like to share 5 simple rules on how to keep your nails healthy. It doesn't matter if you have your natural nails, if you prefer gel overlay or even extensions, they can still apply to you. This client has beautiful natural nails, long nail beds, they look awesome. She was even thinking of switching to natural nails with regular nail polish. But because of what happened, first we need to do gel overlay for a while until it grows off. So I start with product removal. I'm going to use ceramic bead and I will file off the overlay, and this is the first rule. Product removal. You need to be extra careful when doing it because unfortunately I see so many mistakes. And the most important part of product removal is do not overdo it. If you don't feel confident when using electric nail file, you can soak off gel overlay, but you still can accidentally damage your nails. So once you soak them off, do not use any harsh abrasives to remove the remaining part of the product. I really prefer electric nail file removal because for me it's much faster, and most importantly I always leave a thin layer of the product, so most of the times I do not even remove it fully. But with this exact overlay it was not possible because it's so thin. Do you guys see it? I'm barely touching the surface of the nail, and the color, it simply comes off, and underneath it seems like there is a tiny layer of clear base coat. Honestly, I'm not even sure if transparent base coat was even used here. There are products that are like 2-in-1 or 3-in-1 when there's color and base coat in one, so maybe they use something like this to avoid an extra layer. Normally these products are okay, but it doesn't mean that you can apply such a thin layer. So honestly, this layer feels as thin as regular nail polish, and it shouldn't be like that if you're doing gel overlay. You still need to add a little bit more in the center, like this layer should be a little thicker. So I had to be very careful, very gentle when removing it. So whenever you remove the product, it doesn't matter which technique you use, please make sure that you are not damaging natural nails, because unfortunately so much damage is coming from it. So once our nails are clean, we proceed with a manicure. Since she had manicure service only 3 days ago, I thought there's going to be really nothing to clean, and the color is still so close to the cuticle, so I'm also being very careful while pushing back her cuticles, but seems like it was also not done very well, so we don't have much to clean there, but still a little. So then we gently push back the cuticles with orange wood stick, and prep is also very important. I can see that this lady is pretty lucky because she doesn't have this excess grow of dry skin, which means doing manicure for her is going to be pretty simple. But like I said, for me it was a bit of a challenge because she recently had another service of manicure. So then I proceed with dry manicure. I'm using diamond flame-shaped bead with red abrasive mark to clean the cuticles, but honestly, mostly I'm cleaning not just the cuticles, but more like remaining parts of the product and supposedly of the top coat that was applied to make sure that it's all clean. And then I carefully trim some of the cuticles. I don't even need to do it to all of them because there wasn't much to remove. And then I gently buff the surface of the nail. And this is when I noticed another big mistake, which brings us to rule number 2. Do not overfile sidewalls. Nail shape is optional and you can choose the one that you prefer. So you can file and shape this white part, the very edge of your nail, however you like. You can make it oval, you can make it square, you can make it almond. But when it comes to the sidewalls, especially the growth points, so the growth points are these little areas where the pink part of the nail, which is called nail bed, turns into free edge to the white part, and this little area is very important. We are not supposed to file it off or destroy it, because once we do, there is no stress area of the nail and it's not going to be strong anymore. So if we overfile it, we will experience cracks, the nails may break, and it doesn't matter if we have just naked natural nails or we do a little gel overlay, because this most important part of the structure is missing. It's kind of the same thing, like imagine that you have a chair and then you break one of its legs, and now instead of 4 legs we have only 3. Of course it's not going to stand very well. So that's the same thing for the nails, and that's why we have cracks in this exact stress points. That means the only way to fix it now is to use product, and I'm going to use silk and hard gel to restore these broken sidewalls. And to do that, we need to do all the prep that we normally do for overlays. So I remove the surface shine with the buffer, then I apply dehydrator, non-acid primer, and a thin layer of base coat. Sidewalls are not missing on all of her nails, only on some of them, which is a good thing. That means we don't need to do it on every single nail. So first I measure the size of this silk and make sure that it's going to cover, since on this nail both sidewalls are missing on one side as well as on the other side. We need to build 2 at once. So I apply base coat only on half of the nail, and then I take this silk and apply it right on top. So I want to make sure that the gel fully absorbs through this silk. There are actually different types of silk, and when we need to rebuild something as important as sidewalls, I really prefer to use this kind. So make sure that you have gel all over, and then I'm going to use dual form just because it has this curve and it's going to help me to hold this silk as close to the nail plate as possible. So while holding this dual form, we cure it in LED lamp for 1 minute, then I remove the dual form, and now we have our new freshly built sidewalls, which are made of a little bit of silk and a little bit of gel. And using this technique, I'm going to do the same on some of her nails. So mostly her index fingers and her thumbs were affected. For some reason, mostly sidewalls were missing here. After curing and removing the dual form, we only have gel and silk removing. This is also important. I am not using soft gel. When restoring sidewalls, like I previously mentioned, we need to restore the most important part of the nail. So I need to use hard gel here. This is important. Hard gel is the one that is normally used for nail extensions. It's less flexible, it's stronger. Also, you cannot soak it off with an acetone. You can file it off, but in this case we do not have any intention to remove it. We just need to grow her nails eventually, so she's going to file them as they're going to grow longer, and eventually it will naturally grow off. Now we have this new nail with freshly built sidewalls, and I really hope that her natural sidewalls will also grow back. It is going to take a few months. It really depends on many factors, but now luckily we have them covered, so she will not experience any further damage or more cracks. So I'm just going to carefully file and shape her nails. Be careful when filing the silk. Sometimes it can be tricky. That's why I prefer to use this thin wooden files to make sure that the sidewalls are on point. Since not all of her nails were damaged or had destroyed sidewalls, on some of them we simply need to do a regular gel overlay, and one way to do that is simply to apply it with a brush on top. But today I will be doing a lazy girl method. I will use dual forms. It will work like a mold, so I will have this flawless surface on the top, and basically it's the same thing. It's just I use dual form on top to create it, so I will not need much filing or shaping. Well, I will need a little bit on the free edge to make the shape on point again, but not really on top. So once we have that, her nails are protected with transparent builder gel. but they look like natural nails, right? There are some products that claim that they can make your nails thicker, like nail straighteners, nail vitamin base coats that you apply them on your nail, and eventually your nails will become stronger. Well, the thing is, the thickness of your nails is determined by matrix, which is the root of your nail and is located right here where the cuticle is, and this is where the nail cells appear and grow into the nail plate. So if you really want to make your nails stronger and healthier, you need to work on this area. Here comes rule number 3. Take care of your cuticles. You need to push them back every 2 to 3 weeks to make sure they're not too attached to the nail plate. And most importantly, you need to moisturize them using cuticle oil. And I would like to show you one cuticle oil I recently discovered, which is also a kind sponsor of our video. So this is a set of natural organic cuticle oils. I will show you the list of ingredients so you can take a screenshot if you would like to check out the ingredient list. So they are all natural. I know there are so many people who care about the ingredients of the cosmetics that you use, and it's truly important. They come in a set of 6 different flavors, and they also come in a pen, which makes it super easy and convenient to apply it on your nails. Many of my clients share that they are not using cuticle oil because they forget about it. Let me know in the comments if this can relate to you, because I get it. Life is busy, there are so many things we need to care about other than our cuticles. But imagine if you have a few cuticle oil pens that you can keep in different places, let's say in your pocket, in your car, maybe near the sink, so every time after washing your hands you will see it and it will work as a reminder. You can carry one in your purse, so it also has this soft cushion that you can use to gently push back your cuticles too, and to apply the cuticle oil at the same time. So this cuticle oil is perfect for personal use. I'm going to use some for my clients as well, and I will leave the links down below so you can check out them too. Once we're done with filing and shaping, I'm also going to do a little trick. So I will turn her hand around, and using carbide bead, I will file off the little edge of her natural nail underneath, so it's not going to lift from the product, and then we seal it with a glossy top coat. And here comes rule number 4. Do not skip infills. Do manicure on a regular basis, especially if you like medium or long nails. Once they grow past certain point, they are going to press on your natural nails, and if you accidentally hit something, you may also damage your natural nails. So please do infills every 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, so after we seal her nails with a glossy top coat and apply the cuticle oil, I think it's almost impossible to tell that these are not her nails, right? They look so natural. They actually have this look like these are natural nails with transparent nail polish on them, and this is exactly the look that we were aiming for. By the way, take a look at this little brownish spots. This may happen from heat spikes, so that means the product that was applied previously could be burning, and yes, she mentioned that it was burning in the lamp. So this is also a sign that you need to be careful when applying gel products. Finally, rule number 5, which may seem a little weird because what does it really have to do with nails? But trust me on this one, it's healthy lifestyle. You need to sleep at least 8 hours every night. You need to take vitamins and supplements prescribed by a health provider. You need to go outside, do some physical activity every day. Avoid processed foods and less stress, because it all together makes us feel so much better, and our nails too. A while ago, I was reading an interview with a professional hand model. So she's a hand model for many popular brands such as Prada and Chanel, and she shared her routine. So she's actually doing all that. She's sleeping 9 to 10 hours every day. She's moisturizing her hands and cuticles. So she's taking care of her health and her body in general, not just her hands, and this is what allows her hands to look great and be a hand model. I hope this video was insightful and helpful for you guys. Let me know if you're following all these 5 rules, or if not, I really hope that you will do after watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!